One evening in 1982, kids are having a good time at Freddy's Pizzeria. A young girl named Charlotte is sitting alone, watching the stage. She's waiting for the trap door to open so she can be the first to see the animatronics come out. A blonde girl walks up and offers Charlotte a seat at her table, but Charlotte says no, explaining that the other girls don't want her there. She says the animatronics are her only friends and the only ones she can count on. The blonde girl keeps trying and finally convinces Charlotte to join them. While she's with the group, Charlotte sees an animatronic grab a boy. She runs to tell the adults, but nobody listens to her. With no other choice, she goes to look on her own. Charlotte finds out that William is dressed up as the animatronic. She sees the boys are unconscious and hides behind a counter. She tries to quietly drag a boy to safety, but William has already seen her and pulls out a knife. As she struggles to move the boy, William follows right behind her. She finally gets to the stage and screams. Everyone looks at her as she falls down on stage. Her back has many stab wounds, and she dies there. The trap door opens and her body falls through it. A moment later, the marionette animatronic rises up, carrying her body. The police rule it an accident, saying she went into an area she wasn't supposed to. They quickly close the case and file it away. Vanessa wakes up from her nightmare. Mike is on the phone asking if she's having the same nightmares. She says yes, but she's trying her best to move on. Abby comes into the room and listens to their conversation. Mike asks if they are still on for dinner, and Vanessa says yes. After the call, Abby asks Mike if he has kissed Vanessa yet. Mike says no, they're just friends. Abby argues that friends don't go on dates, but Mike insists it's not a date. As Abby gets ready for school, Mike's friend Jeremiah shows up to help paint the house. Jeremiah mentions that after everything that happened, Mike's aunt went crazy and was sent to a mental hospital. Mike says he's just trying to move on and start over. Meanwhile, at school, Abby tells everyone the story to get attention. She also tells them that William died when the parts inside the suit crushed him. One friend asks if she'll ever go back to Freddy's. She says she wants to, but her friends are gone and Mike wouldn't let her. The kids are in Mr. Bird's class. He says that animatronics are fake and the rumors about Freddy's are just lies. He announces a science fair this weekend and says everyone has to participate or they'll fail. Abby tries to work on her project but has a really hard time. Mr. Bird tells her she can just drop out since she isn't smart enough for it. Her friends tell her she should go visit her old friends sometimes and that she could fix them if she wanted to. That evening, Mike asks Abby to help him with his tie. He leaves her money for pizza and tells her to stay home. She asks if she can go to the pizzeria to see her friends. Mike tells her they are broken and that he'll fix them one day, but she has to stay away from there for now. She turns on the TV to watch a horror podcast hosted by a girl named Lisa. Mike gets to the restaurant and Vanessa meets him there later. He asks how she's doing, and she says she has started new hobbies and made new friends. Mike says that Abby is still obsessed with her friends. Vanessa tells him he should stop lying about fixing the robots because it will just end up hurting her. She then admits she's still having nightmares. Mike suggests she should try to face the bad things in her dreams like he did. Mike gets home and looks for Abby, but he can't find her anywhere. He finds a note saying she went back to the pizzeria. She is sitting inside, but her friends aren't there. Mike shows up and she asks where they are. He tells her the truth, that nothing was left after the explosion. He didn't tell her before so he wouldn't hurt her feelings. He suggests they look for something she can keep to remember them by. She spots a walkie-talkie and says that's what she wants. Before they leave, Mike sees a flyer for Freddy's and takes it with him. Lisa and her whole crew head to the original pizzeria where the events of 1982 happened. Alex asks how they'll get in, and Lisa explains that a security guard named Michael will help them. They start filming, but Michael suddenly appears and scares them. He seems very creepy, but they go inside and start recording everything. Lisa looks closely at a picture of the marionette. Michael explains that the marionette used wireless signals to control the other animatronics. Lisa sees 3 animatronics standing there, but Foxy is gone. Michael says Foxy was a test model and they never fixed her. Lisa suddenly hears music, but no one else does. Michael says the place plays tricks on your mind and they should ignore it. They decide to move on, but Lisa stays behind. Rob is in the basement when a motion detector goes off. When he goes to check, he loses his balance and falls into a pit of water. Alex is in another room with Michael, saying this episode is going to be a huge hit. Lisa follows the music to another room and finds a giant gift box. The sound is coming from an old music box, which she closes. She hears strange noises coming from the gift box, and then it starts to open. Suddenly, the marionette jumps out and attacks her. Alex hears her scream, and Michael laughs creepily. An animatronic suddenly grabs Alex by the throat and kills him. Rob is in the sewer when he sees a marionette fall in. Then, hundreds of them pull him down and kill him. Michael walks to where Lisa is. He finds her losing her fight against the animatronics. A marionette possesses her, and she starts chasing Michael. He barely gets away and runs out of the building. The next morning, Abby tries to work on her project but is doing a terrible job. She says she misses her friends and tries to talk to them on the walkie-talkie. Mike sees her but doesn't say anything. Vanessa is at the gym when she suddenly sees her father, but no one is really there. She keeps seeing things and runs away. In the changing room, someone comes up behind her, and she pulls her gun, only to see it's her friend. Vanessa goes home and gets out her old toys. She decides to take Mike's advice and goes to sleep. She wakes up in her dream and faces her father. He runs at her and she backs away. She tells him she is leaving for good, but William says he raised her to be a monster just like him. He pulls out a knife and she hides in her childhood bedroom. She gets in the closet and finds another animatronic. Her father then grabs her, saying she will always belong to him. He chases her, but she grabs her gun and shoots him. Before he dies, he says again that she will always be his. She finally wakes up. That night, Abby is sleeping when the walkie-talkie turns on. She hears Chica's voice and runs to it. Chica says she needs help and asks Abby to come save her. Abby sees that Mike is fast asleep and leaves the house. She follows Chica's directions to the original pizzeria. She goes inside, calling for her friends, but no one answers. Then Chica comes out and Abby runs to hug her. She notices Chica looks totally different and is acting strangely, but she doesn't think about it. Chica says she needs Abby's help to escape, and Abby promises she will help. The next morning, Vanessa goes to Mike's house, but no one is there. She finds the walkie-talkie in Abby's room, and Abby scares her from behind. Abby says Mike went to get breakfast. She shows Vanessa her science fair project and says Freddy and Chica helped her make it. Vanessa is shocked. Abby says she went to their old house last night and they helped her. Mike gets home, and Abby shows him a drawing she just made of a river ride. Vanessa shows up and says they need to talk in private. Mike shows her the flyer he found and says he called the number, but Vanessa cuts him off, saying that Abby saw the animatronics. Mike says she's just a kid with a big imagination and that Vanessa needs to let it go. He then tells her he called the number on the flyer and Charlotte's father answered. He also found out that Vanessa was Charlotte's best friend. He's angry that Vanessa hid this from him. They argue and she leaves. On the day of the science fair, Mike drops Abby at school. He says he has to go to work but will be back soon. Vanessa goes to check out the old pizzeria. She finds the music box is broken and realizes Charlotte has escaped. Vanessa calls Charlotte, who answers. Vanessa says she can't let Charlotte hurt people. Vanessa explains she created a special lock so that no animatronics can leave the building, including her. But Charlotte says she has someone else helping her now. She tells Vanessa to stay away if she doesn't want to get hurt. A possessed Lisa then attacks Vanessa from behind. Abby gets to the fair and is very excited, but Mr. Bird shows up. He says she is an embarrassment and shouldn't have come. She tells him she made a mini robot. Mr. Bird takes it and breaks it, pretending it was an accident. Abby is heartbroken and runs away. She goes straight to the pizzeria and hugs Chica. She tells her what happened, and Chica offers to be her science project. But first, she needs help getting out. She explains there's a secret code that keeps her from leaving, and Abby needs to enter it. Abby happily agrees. Vanessa is being held by Charlotte, who demands the code. Vanessa refuses at first, but Charlotte threatens to hurt Abby. With no other choice, Vanessa gives her the code, and Abby uses it to free all the other animatronics. Chica then takes Abby in a cab to the fair. Mike goes to see Charlotte's father, Henry. He explains that he has been trying to solve his daughter's murder for years, but keeps failing. He says the police called it an accident, but he always knew it was murder, just like what happened to the other children. Mike suddenly sees the drawing of the river ride that Abby made and asks Henry about it. Henry explains that the original pizzeria had that ride, and it was Charlotte's favorite. Mike immediately calls Abby's school and finds out she left. He realizes she must have gone to the pizzeria and gets ready to leave. Henry gives him a music box, saying it was Charlotte's favorite and might help him. He gets to the pizzeria but finds it locked. He breaks in through the basement and finds all the original, broken animatronics sitting there. He walks right past Lisa's body without seeing it. At the science fair, Mr. Bird notices a crowd and goes to see what's happening. He finds Abby with Chica, who she introduces as her project. He accuses her of lying and says she just dressed someone up in a costume. He walks away angry, and Chica says she's going to talk to him and find out what's inside his head. Mr. Bird goes to a restricted area and kicks all the kids out. He suddenly feels like someone is there and starts searching. He hears a noise behind a door and tries to listen. Suddenly, Chica breaks the glass and pulls him inside. He tries to run, and she chases him, saying he should have been nicer to Abby. She picks him up, says she wants to see what's in his head, and smashes it. Mike goes to the pizzeria looking for Abby and hears banging from a locker. He opens it and finds Vanessa inside. She says Abby left with the new animatronics and that Charlotte is controlling them. She says Abby is in danger and they have to help her. She tells Mike they need to get to the control room through the basement. She explains that Charlotte controls the marionette, which uses all the new animatronics to cause chaos. After Charlotte died, her soul was trapped in the control room. She says the music box was keeping her locked up, but Lisa broke it and she got free. Mike accidentally falls into water. An animatronic starts to follow him, but he gets away. They get to the control room, and Vanessa tries to track the animatronics. She says the marionette needs a body to control and Abby is its next target. There are 4 animatronics out there, but they don't know which one is with Abby. She says if they can restart the perimeter lock, they can track them. Mike says he will try to get the perimeter lock working again while Vanessa looks for Abby. Abby wins the competition with help from Chica. Mike tries to use the perimeter lock to shut Chica down, but Chica overrides his command and activates all the other new animatronics. Mike manages to track one of them and tells Vanessa. A man is working in his garage when one of the animatronics appears. Another one shows up at a little girl's house. While working, Mike also feels like someone is watching him but can't see anyone. While driving, Vanessa gets attacked by another animatronic and crashes her car, but it still attacks her. She manages to drive away just in time. The man is at home with his wife when the animatronics attack them. Vanessa gets attacked by the other one again. Right before it can kill the couple, Vanessa crashes her car into their house, destroying both robots. She tells the couple to lock themselves inside. Mike is working when an animatronic appears. Mike holds up a teddy bear mask, and it works. The robot doesn't see him as a threat. The other animatronic goes to the little girl's house and tells her they should ask her mom if they can play longer. Mike gets attacked by another robot, but this time he breaks its neck and shuts it off. But soon, more appear out of nowhere, and he's trapped. The other animatronic takes a knife and attacks the mother. The child steps in to protect her, saying they are friends. Mike tries his best, but his tricks don't work anymore. Just before the robots can attack him, the perimeter lock works again, and all the animatronics shut down. Mike calls Vanessa and tells her they've all been turned off, but then he sees one is still active at his house. Vanessa says it must be the marionette and they need to go there right away. Chica puts Abby to bed, but soon starts to act strangely. Suddenly, the marionette comes out of Chica and attacks Abby. The marionette then turns all the other animatronics back on. Vanessa says they can't fight all of them. Mike gets an idea and goes to Freddy's. He begs the original animatronics to help him. He tells them if they ever loved Abby, they will come to save her life. Vanessa is driving, but her car breaks down. She loses all hope, but then Jeremiah shows up. She jumps into his car and tells him to drive to Mike's house. They get there, and she runs inside but finds the house empty. She hears static from a walkie-talkie. Possessed Abby then appears. Vanessa runs and hides, but Abby keeps following her. She tries to get away, but Abby knocks her down. Abby is about to kill her when Mike appears and plays the music box. It affects the marionette, and it slowly leaves Abby's body. All 3 get ready to leave, but the new animatronics have surrounded the house. Michael then appears and calls Vanessa his sister. Mike is shocked. Michael says he did all of this to continue their father's work. He tells Vanessa she has to join him because it's what she was born to do. But Vanessa says no, telling him she left that life behind a long time ago. He says he doesn't need them anyway and orders the animatronics to kill them. They start to move forward, but the original animatronics show up and destroy them. One by one, the real animatronics arrive and take out the new ones. Finally, the new Chica comes to attack them but is defeated by the original Chica. Michael tries to run but is knocked out by Jeremiah. The new Chica then breaks down and all the other new animatronics shut off. Abby starts crying, but one of the children's spirits appears. He says they are moving on now and Abby needs to do the same. He says he won't be able to stop what's coming next. But before Mike can ask what he means, the spirit disappears. He takes Abby and says they need to go. Vanessa follows them, but Mike tells her not to. He says she keeps lying to him, and he doesn't want her in their lives anymore. Vanessa watches as Mike and Abby walk away. Suddenly, the marionette comes up from behind and possesses Vanessa. In a scene after the credits, two guys break into the pizzeria. One says they can sell all the old stuff on eBay. Their friend calls and says he found something. He says it's one of the original animatronics, Foxy, and they can sell it for a lot of money. They put a plastic cover over it, but it soon turns on by itself. Hope you guys enjoyed this recap. If you did, don't forget to hype up the video and subscribe to the channel for more awesome recaps like this.